Let's ride.
Education is the design of a comprehensive mind. Yeah, okay, so we're back at the Science and Engineering Festival. We're back in Hall B. We're on the other side here, which we didn't get to yesterday. So we're still just kind of getting ourselves sorted out.
We got turn the resistor on and off. So, and then this one we've been talking about like in parallel versus in series, kind of teaching them that.
You have to say you want to print something really fast. There's going to be a certain amount of energy flowing out of, coming out of your heat source, because this is colder than your heat source. So you're bringing in something that's colder, so you're pulling energy out of the system. How efficient is it? That determines your maximum speed, because you start dropping that temperature, the viscosity changes.
When you learn about PCs, you'll discover something called the von Neumann architecture, which is the basic layout on the motherboard for a computer, in terms of the bus, the memory, the processor, versus, if you want to do a little history, the Harvard architecture. The Harvard architecture lost out to the von Neumann architecture as the design of choice.
So this is Block Factory Squig, and we make a desktop PCB printer. So it's a printed circuit board printer. Prints the traces with one head, dispenses the solder or conductive glue with another head, and it does pick a place.
So what do you do? And what kind of materials are you using?
We're printing with silver nanoparticle ink and conductive glue onto flexible Kapton. So here's an example of something. Here's a flexible circuit. How about that, eh? Dual layer too. So we're working with a dielectric ink now that allows for multi-layer printing.
I guess we'll call the conceptual cube, or three-dimensional cube. And if you look, you can see there's a projector up there, single lens, that's apparently projecting the image right at the, what should we say, the vertex there, at the leading edge of the cube. Because as you look down, you can see how the image gets a little fuzzier towards the bottom. The cube is hollow. Kids go inside, then they're asked a science trivia question, and they attempt to answer it.
What do you guys think? C chemical. Let's see if you're right. I feel it. Correct! Nice job. This is a team effort. I like it.
It's approaching the point now where I have to take a breather, sort of rethink a lot of the things I've seen here. Like I said earlier, what's happening here is we're bumping into certain exhibits that are like pieces in a puzzle. They've been trying to think about what kind of a program are we going to develop for the Boys and Girls Club. So I see what they're doing is a part of what we should do. What they're doing is another part. What they're doing is another part. So now I need to sit down and sort of integrate that into one coherent plan.
care about that arm, the farther one, because you can see it splits. It's 50-50 beam splitter right there. So it basically picks the direction to go in.
A little bit different than what we're doing.
Okay.
Ours is like literally, this is me in real life. So copying the real world and transplanting it into another part of the real world. So that's the augmented reality part. It's not a virtual reality where I'm in the virtual space. It's copying my physical data and then putting that somewhere else. So like I could be here talking in Washington D.C. and then I could also be projected into somewhere in Brooklyn. Now you would still have to have the digital interface of my screen to look at me in that space, or you could have the laptop just having, you could put me in the virtual space as well.
Position mu metal is?
Take a note. We're going to look up mu metal. If this technology existed in 1950, would Les Paul have used it?
No, Leo Fender would have.
Takes it into his workshop and gets to work.
So how many does he make a year?
Oh, he's a lazy bastard, okay? So he probably makes, he'd be lucky if he makes 10 a year.
We did 1,300.
I'm sure.
So there's the difference.
Sold them all?
Yep. They all go to schools. We sell them to schools. The whole project is about teaching teachers how to use the math and science behind the guitar.
Interesting. Okay, I think you have solved a big problem here.
So it's all about hands-on learning, but hands-on learning in a traditional classroom. So instead of taking an algebra class, you're taking an algebra class that teaches something about a guitar,
right,
and then you can actually build one.
Right. The only wrinkle I would want to try is to just, you know, kids, just remember there's more algebra than this. So we'll just talk a little bit about that other algebra.
Got to get them interested first.